Grand Rising. How are you guys feeling today? Today's episode's going to be a little bit different. With intent. And, yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. Where's my coffee even? Now my coffee's still being at the Keurig. Hello, how are you? Today's going to be a little bit different for today's episode. I know I keep saying that. I just want us to be prepared. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. I gotta catch my breath a little bit. Oh. How are you guys feeling today? Kid today. We're gonna get into a few things today. I am almost finally prepared. I'm ready to go. I wasn't prepared. I had to go get my coffee, but I'm ready to go today. Today can be a very tough episode for some of us. So warning ahead of time. As you know, I'm very transparent on the things that I do, the things that I say, on utilizing my platform. Let's get it. I hope I have enough juice. I really hope I have it. Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. My mom was like, I crack up every time you say that because bitch, you're the only one talking. Put this damn coin away. All right, let's get it. Hey, stupid. Welcome back to another episode of Which Bitch Tarot Podcast. If you are new here, welcome. I'm your host, Kristen. You can call me witch or you can call me bitch. It really doesn't matter. Just put some respect on that shit. I have a slight disclaimer. If you are easily offended or faint of heart, your guide, your interpreter, your numerologist, your astrologer, I cannot help you with where you are at on your journey today. That doesn't mean it cannot change, and it will not change. I'm okay with that. You have to be. Today is Wednesday, May the 25th, 2022. It is the 145th day of the year. We have about 221 days left this year. The moon is sitting in the sign of Aries. It's about 24.9 days old, 22% full. We know this. I don't know. I'm saying that with a lot of emotions. If you guys didn't know, there was another school shooting yesterday. And for me, it's like, when is enough enough? We're going to be talking about this on this episode today, and the different things that we can do spiritually and in this earthly realm as well. So, if this episode isn't for you, I'm absolutely okay with that. Uh, Tune into another one. I feel like I would be doing a disservice to my platform, to my followers, to the people that trust in me for their growth spiritually, mentally, and physically. If I do not use my platform, what I have built for us, to express my concerns and the different things that we can do as a collective to make this better. Um, as of now, 19 children and 2 adults um, have been declared deceased from this senseless shooting. I pulled up Merriam-Webster dictionary. The word is desensitized. Desensitize. To make a sensitive or hypersensitive individual insensitive or non-reactive to a sensitizing agent. To make emotionally insensitive or callous. Some synonyms to the word desensitized: brutal, cruel, evil-minded, savage, vicious, sledgehammer, severe, grim, hard-biting, heavy-handed, rough, oppressive. How much, like, I don't know. It hits me different this time around. We've been desensitized to so many different things, but it hits me different this time around because I've always had, and I know I've had cousins and little cousins that have been in the school setting, and I'm always like, I pray for them, and I always make sure and hope that they are protected and they know all of their things. But it hits different this time because I am now responsible for 2 little humans, right? One of them is 15, and I'm responsible for her a little bit more than another one that is 8. And our bond has grown, and we have truly developed a relationship. And this is somebody that I am responsible for. This is somebody that looks to me when it comes to their growth and their development and becoming a woman, a strong woman, and vulnerable woman, a loving woman. And to think that it could have been her or it could have been one of them, it hits different this time around. And I think it's because we've been so desensitized. I can only imagine, I can't imagine what it feels like to be one of those parents. But all of my other parents out there, I know what it feels like sending your kids to school every day and not knowing. And it's hard and it's emotional. And we do all that we can to make sure that they are protected and that they know what to do or how to act in these events, but you just never know. And it's hard. To all my parents listening out there, like, I know that you feel the exact same way that I feel. And even if you're not a parent out there and you feel exactly what I feel, it is the scariest thing ever. We're sending our kids away to learn, but we don't know if they're going to come back. And that's scary. But that is also the reality, and that's fucked up. And it's all because a handful of people make decisions for an entire group of people. I don't know about you, but when I was 18, I could barely wipe my ass good. So for this group of people to say that it's okay for somebody that can barely wipe their ass good to go and purchase weapons that take people's lives, it behooves me every time I think about it. So today we're going to be talking about protection, or what we can do spiritually, energetically. I'm even going to talk about different things that we can do within our state, within our various perspective areas, to help combat or just help better understand. I urge everybody to do their research further. I honestly just feel, again, if this episode isn't for you, I am absolutely okay with that. I feel like in my heart, if I do not use this platform that I built for us to communicate my concerns and communicate the different things that we can be doing, it's doing a disservice to my soul, to my spirit. Because it can be a lot. It is a lot. But it's due to the fact that we have been desensitized, and it's continuing to happen, and we're continuing to be desensitized. I don't have any visuals today, so if you guys do want to go watch the uncut episode, this whole episode's going to be uncut. I'm not going to take anything out of it. Still head over to the YouTube channel. We're just raw dogging it balls deep today. I have multiple crystals today. I have multiple herbs today. I have multiple recipes today. I have multiple actions that we can be taking today. I don't know what today is a good day for. I don't know what fruit, vegetable we're going to be growing. I don't know. And I'm not going to look, because today that's not the day for today. These are also things that we have to let our kids know, like, why we're doing it. Why am I giving you this sack of herbs? Why am I giving you this sack of crystals? Why am I telling you to set intention to this? And we can only protect ourselves but so much. And then in turns, we have to turn to our divine. We have to turn to the people that protect us, that we don't see. Black tourmaline is excellent when it comes to protection. Malachite, pyrite, garnet, smithsonite, Apache tears, citrine, amethyst, black obsidian, clear quartz, fire quartz, jet, spirit quartz, kyanite, amber, smoky quartz. I did a lot of research on these. They're all great combinations of each other. You can add different crystals to that sack as well. But all of these crystals have a few things in common. One, they're great protective stones. And for two, they're great stones for younger energy, or not energy, but younger vessels. It's almost as if they penetrate more. They have a wider veil of protection. So take those into consideration. I'm not going to go too much into them. Um, do your own research. I know for my high schooler at the beginning of the year, and I make sure on the full moon, or I'd always tap in and check in. How does she feel? Like, how do your crystals feel? How does your sac feel when you're going and taking it to school? Do you feel protected? Do you feel that these still have your great intention? If they don't, then let's cleanse them. Let's exchange them out. But I know I gave my high schooler a sack with black tourmaline, smoky quartz, obsidian, and then amethyst. And those work pretty well for her. But you also, when it comes to who or what we're trying to protect with those energies, we also need to shift, because not everybody's the same, and we know that not everybody is going to react the same to every crystal or every stone, or maybe they just need a straight up bag full of black tourmaline, whatever. But make sure you're setting those intentions. Make sure that we let them know. And somebody said to me, they were like, well, what if she becomes dependent, or what if she doesn't feel safe without these, or what if? And I'm like, that's where the intention comes in. I always tell her, you have to protect yourself first, or at least try to, and then if you cannot, this is the added bonus. This is what we can this is the energy that we can harness from these. If you're feeling extra anxious, or you're feeling extra scared, take out your sack, hold your sack, or whatever. But we have to set those intentions, and we have to communicate clearly what they're meant for, why I'm giving them to you. And it's all about the transparency. And I think that's when we talk about being desensitized. That's what causes us to get fucked up, is not being transparent. Because we don't want them to feel this way, or we don't want that. Yes, it's a catch-22, but it's also life or death. And it's fucking sad to say. It's terrible to say. Right? Like, I'm also not saying that this smoky quartz is going to ASMR. This smoky quartz is going to help you not get unalived at school. No, but it's about the intention that we set. It's about almost like a talisman in some senses, but they're also energetically there for a reason. Something to think about. And it's okay if you don't agree. I do not care. Again, this is my opinion. This is what I practice. This is what I do. And if you don't agree with it, that's absolutely fine. If you agree on a different level, that's fine. If you practice in a different way, that's fine. That's the great thing about spirituality. That's the great thing when it comes to the vast varieties of protection and practices. I don't care. I do care that you are doing it, and you are putting that energy forth, and you are setting that intention. That's what I do care about. Some great herbs that we can also add to our sacks, or make a separate sack. We can even make tinctures out of it. And I'll go over a list of different things that we can do, like when it comes to tinctures and the combinations. But also be aware of what you're putting. Am I going to give my teenager that goes to a predominantly black school a sack of mint and tell them to put it in their backpack? I'm not trying to cause chaos here. Like, maybe not a whole entire sack of mint. Can we still put some mint, or give them some fresh mint to take or consume that day or that morning, yes. But it's all just dependent on the routine and what you feel and know is right. Rosemary, salt, rose, thorns, mint, rue, dill, oak, red pepper, garlic, angelic root, elder, ash, bay leaf, sandalwood, vinegar, red clover, dragon's blood. Again, this is just a very small list. We have to do our research. These were like my top go-tos. And again, these are things that I have used in my practice when it comes to giving to my babies in miniature adult humans. Okay. They get mad when I'm like, my babies, and they're like, I'm a teenager. And I'm like, shut your ass. Shut your ass up. All jokes aside, though. But these are also things that we can incorporate in our morning routine, like when we're making breakfast or even when we're making lunch. Why can't, instead of having, sweet and savory is good, why can't we have some rosemary bread with butter for breakfast? We can have maybe some savory oatmeal. We can have maybe a mint and melon smoothie in the morning. Why can't we send them to school with like a cute little, what do you say? Like, I don't know what that's called. Like a rose and a rosemary little flower that they can pin on their backpack or they can pin to their shirt that day. Maybe we can make them a spicy lunch one day. Set that intention, write it in their note. Maybe have some garlic toast with something for lunch with like a dill egg salad. I don't fucking know, but these are the different things that we can add in our practice, but we also have to set that intention. Hey, Susie Q, today for lunch I packed you a rosemary egg salad. The rosemary in your egg salad is going to give you protection. There's also some red pepper flakes on the side if you want to add it spicy, but this is also what those red pepper flakes do. Here's an extra piece of gum because I put extra garlic in your garlic aioli on your sandwich or in your salad. And the garlic is for X, Y, and Z. Make them a tea with bay leaves, with mint, with thyme. Maybe send them with some vinegar for their salt and vinegar chips. But again, it's about setting that intention and letting them know this is why I'm doing it. Well, mom, why are you doing this? Or auntie or caregiver guardian, why are you doing that? Well, these are also things that can help us stay safe. Not just energetically, but also our body. Because they all have great health benefits as well. So it's definitely something that we need to do some research on and think about and look at and look to, because fuck, if you take offense to this, then maybe you are meant to, but we can't keep having these old ass raggedy fucking people making decisions for our life when they're 3 days away from fucking death. And they're still set in their old ways and old thinking that's not conducive to the environment today. How can we, though, as a citizen of our community or active person in our community, for one, see something, say something. Educate yourself about your local, state, federal gun laws. Educate yourself on the different signs. Educate on the different things that you can do. Prepare your child for what would happen if this. And it's something that I've always said, and I tell my children that I'm responsible for this all of the time. is we've talked about it and I've had these open conversations. It's like, I understand that your school is providing these various and different drills in the event that this does take place. But you have to remember, and I told my niece this, and she was like, oh shit. And I was like, yeah, now watch your mouth though, because yes, we can prepare them in the school, in the building, as much as we want for this terrible thing to happen. But we're also preparing the person that is going to be doing the assaulting, because that person, 9 times out of 10, is in the classroom learning the same drills that you are learning. Okay? We don't often think about that, but it's the truth. So knowing the signs, being aware, taking notes. I also tell them, if somebody or something doesn't feel right, make note of it. If you feel it deep down in your side, then you need to make sure you tell me. If you don't feel comfortable going and telling an adult, but at least tell me, and then I will do what I can or alert my concerns. Right? I feel like when it comes to things in this nature, this is, again, it's just my opinion. I would rather act now on my child's energetic feeling toward a situation and then ask for forgiveness later if that was not the case. And I'm going to leave it at that. Also know the signs. Know the signs, see the signs. And if you are a parent, and you notice your child acting different or acting in a different way, it is also your responsibility to say something, to do something. Because we also forget about the parents of the children that are doing the assaulting. So, be aware, see something, say something. And we're like, oh, I mind my business. Like, I'm not. When it comes to my kids, bitch, I don't mind my business. I will fuck a kid up. And I say that. I will fuck a kid up. Respectfully. Respectfully. And if you don't feel the same way about your child, that's okay with you. I mean, I'm okay with that. I really am. But when it comes to me and my children and my family, I will fuck a kid up. My FBI agent is probably listening and is like, bitch, because that kid's not gonna fuck my kid up. And you can agree or you can disagree. And I know my mom's gonna be like, don't say that on the internet. You can never delete it. As long as they know. As long as they know. As long as they know. I'm gonna leave it right there at that. Also, when it comes to voting, our votes matter. They hype up the presidential vote because they want us to make us think that that matters. Presidential vote ain't got shit to do with shit. And I mean, it's got a little bit to do with shit, but it's about our state. Those are the votes that matter. And we need to be doing research on the representatives that we're choosing for our state. When it comes to state and local polls and voting, when it's time to vote, only Uh, 63% are voting. Only 63%. And those are the votes that matter when we're talking about our representatives of our various states for various cabinet positions. Okay? We can't wait until it's too late and then get mad because this didn't happen, or why is this person not being held accountable? You also voted for somebody, or you didn't vote for somebody and you allowed other people to vote to make a person that doesn't give a fuck about your child, your family, your growth, or you. You let or allowed somebody else make those decisions for you. So make sure that we are being active when we are doing these, when we are making these votes, and when it's time to cast our vote for our local representatives or our government officials, because these old motherfuckers, and I'm saying this, and I never understood this. It's like, your old ass. Like, there's one motherfucker, and every day I Google to see if he's still alive, because I'm waiting for him to, if you know, you know. There's one motherfucker every day. Every day. It's part of my morning routine. I see if he's died yet. Because that motherfucker don't make no sense at all. It's like, do you not have fucking children, grandchildren? Or you just don't give a fuck about anybody else except for your goddamn self? And I'm going to leave it at that. But it's because we are not being active and educated when it comes to our voting and when it comes to our representatives. We're allowing other peoples to make those decisions for us with their vote. By the time we realize it, we are then too late. And we're like, fuck, I didn't know. We have to do better. I'm putting it on us because it is us. We have to do better. We have to demand what we want. We have to have these flawless executions of protection, love, and prosperity. And it all comes down to the actions that we make before these situations take place. There's a difference between being selfish, selfful, or soulful, and selfless. And us not doing our due diligence is being selfish to those that are coming after us. And I'm going to leave it at that for today. Again, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I know this was different than our typical episode, but again, you already know why. I wish you peace and blessings and prosperity and protection. And I wish and hope that we do our researches and we see what difference we can make starting today. Because something has got to change. Peace, one love.